akan ku tunggu sehingga ujung dunia.
That was a very interesting sharing session, by the way. So, again, speaking about trying to find inspiration and story, right? So, where do you usually seek or like find those kind of inspiration or collaboration in terms of like getting the story out or like producing a film or picking the right story? How do you go through that process?
From yourself without being self-indulgent. From the writer, I've been lucky that, like I said, the films that I'm most known for are very collaborative. Golden Ginchu came from the producer wanting to do a series about women and sport. Pisau Cuko came about when Rafida wanted to write two separate films that the producer got confused and pitched as one film. So she pitched the Maya Kari story and the Fazura story as one film, and yeah, I pitched it, the network likes it. But it's supposed to be two films, separate films. Like I said, Istanbul Aku Datang was us going to Istanbul to be inspired by the city. Goodbye Boys, like I said, is semi-personal. And then I suppose the last is source material. So in the case of 5-Star Millionaire, I read the novel 5-Star Millionaire by Tash Out in a day, and I knew this is good. This is the film I've been waiting to make. Apa Dosaku, Sybil Kartigesu's memoirs was called No Dram of Mercy. And 10 years before directing, my sister passed it to me. It's an out-of-publication memoirs, and I read it, and it was a page turner. And so I think so, like, to answer your question, it can come from many places. The darkest corner of your heart, the funniest scenarios from other people, and when you come across source material that keeps you awake, when you read an article, when you come across a news piece on social media, maybe that's your inspiration. So it's original from itself, from others, and also borrowed from life.
Alright, talking about collaboration, right? When you say bila kita jumpa somebody that we work for the first time and they turn out quite well, like somebody like Rafida, your screenwriter, and also your producers in Nathan from Redcom and everything, right? So when you go through all those people that you work right now, so it seems like you already have like a repertory people where you always can go in. Something like your idol, I guess, like Wes Anderson, where he always have like a repertory of people that he always go to characters. Do you think those kind of like repertory style of like working, of getting like those pool of people all the time, help you to realize and make you more creative? Because like you know for the fact that before, like they played a character and then you need to change them from scratch. So how do you go through that process? Macam mana sebab Fazura has already been like macam when Golden Ginchu came out, she was famous for being that like hi, I'm like those kind of like girl, right? And then she needs to like shake for like a very investigative journalist in Pisau Cuko. So how do you play around those repertory crew members and also repertory characters in your film?
Some people say that there's a god of production and that everything happens for a reason. In the case of Golden Ginchu, Putri Farhana was written first, and we cast everybody. So I would say that we searched for Putri Farhana and came across Fazura as the perfect Putri Farhana. At that time we cast everybody from Pasha Sanda to Sharifa Sofia to everyone. And when we met Fazura, I was like, yes, she epitomizes Putri. Then when Rafida got to know Fazura, Intan Mastura was written for Fazura. Dian, that you'll watch afterwards, was not written for Fazura, but we did offer the role to Fazura. And this is where I think everything happens for a reason. 2 weeks before shoot, Fazura said, actually I can't do it for personal reasons. She invited me out for her birthday, gave me a designer present, birthday present, happy birthday, Bernard, I can't go to Istanbul. And that same day we called Lisa, and Lisa happened to be free. And as it turns out, looking back, it was for the right reasons. Because then, when the role of Ifti Liana in Manisha Cinta came about, that was the role that Fazura had sort of grown into. A more mature, intelligent, beautiful career woman, where family is important, love is important, faith is important. So it's you can't rush things, I suppose, and when things happen, you just go with it.
Right, speaking about characters, right? When we go to like your catalog of films that you already made, so you have like a lot of like very strong female character, like female protagonists, like Putri in Gulgwe Kinchu, and also almost all of them, right? Even to your miniseries that you produced for Astro as well. Do you think like it's kind of like subconsciously you're trying to tell that even a female can also like lead a film?
It's all about my mother. My mother was a very strong single parent, single mother. So the photo that you saw just now, after going through hell to get married, change religion, my father died very suddenly at the age of 33. And my mother didn't know that she was pregnant with me at that time. And my grandmother actually told her, you already have 2 daughters. You are a single teacher, gugur kanjela. She, of course, I'm here because she did not do that. She did not. She went against the suggestion of her mother to abort me. And my mother, I wouldn't say that she was very religious, but she had a very strong faith and spirit. Very tough woman as well, a Cancer dragon woman. And so yes, so I grew up with 2 sisters and my mother, which is why when I started working with Lina Tan and Rafida Abdullah and people on 3R, although I'm a guy and I of course want to empower men as well as women, one thing that is consistent is strong female protagonists are hopefully a constant, even in civil. And even if I start with it's 5 characters, and we have chosen for the 2 twin towers of the story to be the 2 female characters.
Alright, so that's pretty interesting as well in terms of like developing project, right? So we already know that right now you are currently in development for 5-Star Billionaire, which is attached or a novel as well, which is like a big, like for people who are into fiction and everything like that, it's like a big ship for you to jump in terms of like adapting narrative, right? So when we look into like a bigger perspective, like the industry itself, bila kita tanya dari sekarang macam semua ni, tak habis je nak edit buku lah, tak habis je nak buat tu lah, the normal thing, right? So like, in your perspective, right now, like, are we brain drained of the kind of narrative yang kita nak buat, and hence why most commercial production houses right now are going towards that direction of like, okay, the novel is doing great, why not we adapt it? Or is there something wrong within the industry in terms of like having original narrative that could be celebrated both commercially and by the people in the industry itself?
Well, you can't bash successful novels that have become successful TV series or films. I mean, when it's done well, nothing wrong with it. I do worry about the drama bersiri, like Suamiku Perfect there. Not bashing that particular. Like anything ada suami, not bashing ustaz juga, but like, you know, ada suami, ada ustaz, ada jatuh, ada, you know, funny word, like, you know, like, yes, I mean, I think when things are successful, the sociologist in me is when things are successful, you can't judge it, but you have to understand it. When something is a phenomenon, rather than criticize, kutuk, you know, make a judgment, try and understand it. In a way, I did Manisha Cinta to try and understand the phenomena of, you know, kenapa begitu larisnya novel cinta dengan nama cinta dalam tajuk dia. But five-star billionaire, strangely, is a tougher sell. Although a critically recognized novel, it is not an easy film to make. And this time around, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. Outside Malaysia, just Malaysian producers, we have, so for the first time, at 42, like I said, I graduated at 24, at 42, almost 20 years after graduation, I'm only now doing my first international co-production. And we have been to the project markets, the Hong Kong Film Financing Forum, the Shanghai Project Market, Asian Project Market in Busan. But this week, I was also asked to do a very exciting project for next year, which is to mentor one student from a local university to direct a telemovie. And at the meeting, I asked why UNIMAS was not in the list of 6 universities. And so I put the request for UNIMAS to be in there, and hopefully they'll call you. And if they call you, you will get a chance to submit 3 ideas, pitch, 1 will be selected, and it's not just me. There are 6, some of the 6 of the best Malaysian directors. I really hope that project goes ahead, and there will also be a super tele movie that I have to pitch and commission. And this time round, I want to do something that's different even for me. I've always wanted to produce a strong narrative, a strong fictional narrative with a documentary-sized crew. So maximum of 8 to 10 people, including 1 or 2 actors, going somewhere. I don't know where yet, but going somewhere where the story is really topical and relevant for what is happening now. The migrant issue. My partner is actually a refugee specialist, and for a long time I have wanted to do something about refugees, but I have resisted. So I would like to challenge myself in the next project to take the budget from Astro, if they agree to the project, go somewhere which is a hotspot and a not a trouble zone. For instance, again, so like talking about stories from social media, there is a Malaysian guy who started a soup kitchen on a Greek island. You know, so the reason I ended with found in Malaysia is I'm Malaysian, all of you are Malaysians. It doesn't mean that our stories only need to be in our kampong. Yes, kampong stories are great, city stories are also good. We can make a film in Istanbul that's also Malaysian, a film set in Shanghai about Malaysians. We should not be so cut up about the corona in many ways. You know, we can be, we don't have to be a frog under a shell. You know, like, we can be Malaysians telling stories about Malaysians and others wherever. So I mean, to answer Jiao's question again, what keeps me going is that I haven't even started to tell the stories that are important and personal to me. And I think it's only now in my 40s, and I think I feel that the best work is yet to come. So don't rush. Enjoy being a student. Enjoy the confusion, the heartbreak, got no story, got story that I'm dying to tell but don't know how to tell. You know, experience it. Don't rush into it. But at the same time, don't be lazy. Like, you know, grab the opportunities and